Hey everybody, my name is Michael J. Clark and welcome to Barre Floor Core and Barre Floor Glutes. So I'm going to alternate between working the glutes and the core, and everything today is going to be on the mat with no equipment. If any of these exercises are too difficult, please feel free to modify, adjust, and or change anything and everything about them. Now for today's exercises, I want your goal to be to move with me the entire time. So again, if something is too difficult, instead of just stopping altogether, I'd rather you modify. For example, in the planks, bring the knees down. When we're working in a supine position, making the crunches smaller, or getting rid of one of the legs on the single leg glutes. No equipment is needed for today's exercise. All you need is the mat. Let's go ahead and get started. Come on down to the floor. We're going to begin with our floor core. Like I said, for the floor core, I want you to try to keep with me the entire working time, but take any changes you need to make the exercise more doable. Let's start on a forearm plank. So forearms on the floor, you're going to step your feet back and find a long plank. Shoulders down, core in, pelvis tucked. Now I want you to just focus on keeping your spine very long. Again, if this is too much at any time, you can come to a kneeling plank or walk the knees in a little bit further. Squeeze your belly button as if you were trying to get it to press back to your spine. But as you do this, keep driving that tailbone down. So I want you to do the opposite of lifting your glutes and instead round them under slightly, ever so slightly. Palms are wide, elbows are under shoulders, length from the neck all the way through the heels. Now we're going to add a small tap with those knees. So I'm just bending and stretching. And I'm trying to keep this bend from my waist down. So from my waist up, I attempt to keep everything absolutely silent, except for my mouth, which is talking to you. Otherwise, everything is quiet. But below my waistline, my knees are just tapping the mat and then lifting back up. I always say let your knees kiss the mat because they're not quite putting weight into the mat, but they're just dipping down and shooting up. Now let's switch to a single leg variation. So this is to alleviate some of that intensity building in the core, because I'm sure as you can feel right now, it gets quite hard. Now we've got about a little less than a minute left, which means I know you're going to make it. That being said, you can either continue to do the single knee tap, go back to standing, or I'm going to give you the option to go back to the double knee tap on the last 30 seconds for a more advanced exercise. Keep pushing, y'all. We are almost through. Our total plank time is only 2 minutes. Let's head to the double knees. Pressing and stretching, core tucked. Now this is the moment where it gets tough. This is the moment you're going to want to stop. But instead of stopping, I want you to push right through. I want you to find your core strength. I want you to fight for every single rep. And I want you to build beautiful strength in the body. You're almost there. You are almost there. Less than 15 seconds. Core in, pelvis tucked, rib cage pressing together, shoulders down, neck long. Let that heat really build, maybe starting to sweat. And drop the knees. Y'all made it through the first set. Let's bring the hands under the shoulders, and we're going to head into a little bit of glute work. So I want your quadruped to be absolutely square. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. We're going to begin with the right leg, and then we'll catch the left leg after we finish doing our second set of core work. Extend your right leg behind you, but as you do this, check in that everything is even. So both of your hips are even to the floor. In theory, your left hand could come off, go overhead, or preferably sit on your low back facing upwards. We're going to begin just by taking that right leg, tap it down, and lift it up. In your own time, I want you to think of stretching your right leg long. Your shoulders blades are back and down. Your core is extended. I want your head right on in alignment. So I look at the camera occasionally just to make some eye contact. But that being said, in my perfect world, your head is in alignment with your spine. Again, your back is naturally curved, so I'm not arching and I'm not tucking. I'm keeping it right in alignment. Hold your next one at the top, and you're going to take that right leg, take it behind and back to center. Now you can keep that left hand on your back if you'd like. What's most important to me is that nothing is moving but the leg. I want you to feel this one in your inner thigh. So in theory, you could sway your obliques and take the leg way over. I just keep it over. But I don't want you to do that. Instead, I want you to keep it nice and small. So I'm exploring how to move my leg to the left from my inner thigh. A few more here, shoulders down, core in. For 2. Now hold that over cross. We're going to lower and lift the leg. Tap it down and lift it up. So I am still crossing from my inner thigh. I feel a deep burn in my inner thigh. Additionally, I'm feeling my glute as I lift down and then press the leg up. I'm constantly stretching that back leg as if it could get longer. I want you to imagine I'm grabbing your ankle and pulling your leg back. every about 10 to 15 seconds, check with your shoulders and your hips. Make sure they're making a beautiful rectangle. Hold this next one at the top, and now I want you to flex your foot, turn out and turn in. I am still overcrossed. If that's becoming too much, come back to parallel. So I'm just internally and externally rotating from the top of my hip. I'm really starting to feel that glute work hard. I'm feeling burn, feeling a little shaky in my right glutes. That's what I want for you all. Give me 2 more like that. Hands are wide. Now y'all, hold that over, cross, turned out, and give me the tiniest press back. I want you to imagine you're pressing your heel into grapes. So it's called a grape stomp, but you can also think of it as pressing your heel into wet cement. I want that leg to get a little bit higher. I really want you working hard here. I want a deep burn. I want it to feel very uncomfortable. Let's say very invigorating. A little bit extra in that leg. Keep pressing that heel, feel your knee lengthen. Every time I want to see the straight leg. The out is the most important part. We've got 4, we've got 3, we've got 2, we've got 1. Bring the leg back, turn it in, and now keeping your knee high, we're going to bend and stretch. So now we're focusing on the hamstring. I want you to imagine you have an acorn or a peanut in the back of your knee, and you're pressing your heel towards your glute to smash the peanut. Exactly. That heel's coming all the way up to the glutes. My hamstring is on fire. I also feel my right glute working to keep my knee at hip height. You are almost there, y'all. I believe in you. And to finish up, point the foot, and you're just gonna lift that leg up and up, pressing right from the glute. You can make little circles if you want, or you can do a straight lift. It doesn't matter to me. This is your burnout, so I want it as high and as intense as you can make it without changing your lower back. So remember, at any time you could balance a cup of water or a coffee cup on your low spine. Squeeze that core, stay lifted in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1, lower the leg, place the hands down. We're going right back into our plank. So setting up in that forearm plank. Now y'all, this is too much for your forearms. You can always instead come to the long, full body plank with the hands on the mat and elbows extended. Squeeze that core, keep focused. You know what your goal is. It's another 2-minute plank, just like before. Same amount of time with slight variations. Remember, if this is ever too much, you bring the knees on down. You can even step the knees all the way in and hold the quadruped. Now y'all, we gotta vary this plank. You're gonna tap right and left. So just little baby taps, and notice the difference between your right leg and your left leg, because your right leg has already done a whole bunch of glute work. Now y'all, so that I can breathe, I am letting my core go because I'm talking to you, but I want you to keep your core in. You're gonna squeeze your belly button to your spine and breathe into your back as opposed into the belly from which we speak. You are almost there. Keep these taps breathing, and now y'all, we're gonna go to a jack. Looks like this, out and in, out. If that's too much, you keep tapping. You're here for 30 seconds. You're so close. I believe in you. Less than a minute left, y'all. Less than a minute, and that beat means you can either keep hitting those jacks or come back to your tap for the final 30 seconds. We're so close. You've got this. Keep those shoulders down, core in, whichever version you're doing. As long as you're pushing yourself and giving me your best today, you're doing it right. So each day, it's not about doing better than you did the day before. It's about doing your absolute best. I'd prefer you set a new record for yourself, but if today you need to go a little lighter, go lighter. Just take care of your body and live where you need it. Now y'all, let's head to that left side. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Left leg comes up, and we begin the same way we've done the other side. Long body. In my perfect world, right hand hold a coffee cup right above that left side. And you're just going to begin with the left leg going down and up. So exploring your down and up body. Your core is in. Again, the more advanced version has the right hand on the back the entire time, but at any time I could take the right hand off, regardless of which version you're doing. Holding at the top, let's overcross the leg and center. So I'm bringing my leg across, serving it on a tray, keeping it at hip height the entire time. I'm feeling my inner thigh, my belly button is squeezing as high as it can. My shoulders have never been further away from my ears. Spine is long. Think of gathering your ribcage closer together. So I think of my ribcage like little magnets, and they press towards one another, constantly squeezing right in that center. And now we're gonna take the leg over to the side and take that leg down and up. So touching the floor and rest through. And again, I'm feeling my glutes. I'm feeling a lot of work in my center. I know you could sway the leg over, but I don't want that. Instead, I want this just coming from the inner thigh. So my left heel is about in alignment with my right heel and my right hip. That's how far across my left is. I'm working from the inner thigh, shoulders are down, chest is wide, core is in. You're almost there. You're almost there. Just give me a few more here. Holding at the top, flex your foot. Let's do our turn out, turn in. So the advanced version is staying over cross, which is what I'm doing right now. But you can also come back to a parallel position. What that means is the left heel will be behind the left hip. Whichever version your body needs today, keep that leg as lifted as you can. I really want to feel your glute as well as your hamstring working to lift that leg. Belly button in, shoulders down, spine long. You're almost there. Keep rotating the leg. And y'all, hold your turn out. It's clean stop time. Pressing back and back. As if my leg could get even longer. I accent the out. What that means is I'm showing the out. The out is the most important part. And again, I'm thinking of pressing into a marshmallow or pressing into jam, something that gives you resistance, maybe stepping into honey. Whatever lets your body bite the air and get an intensive squeeze on every single out. Right hip is right over right knee, hands are right over shoulders, and y'all, it's time to turn the leg back to parallel, come centered so you're no longer crossed, lift it as high as you can, and then bend that knee in and out. So again, my hamstring is engaged, my glutes are on fire, I recheck my alignment, I'm still working in my chest to push the space away. Imagine you're crushing that peanut, or maybe, I don't know, a walnut under your left knee. Whatever it is, keep your left knee high and let your hamstring and your glute burn as you press away. 2 more. Last one. It's time for the finale. Point your foot, press up and up. So I call this the burnout. What I mean is I want you to work as hard as possible. Squeeze your glute like you're trying to make a fist with it. Stretch your leg. Imagine I'm grabbing your left ankle and pulling it away from your hip. Shoulders over those hands, core in. 5 more. Really press as hard as you can. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Bring the leg down and y'all press back into a child's pose. Let your spine release. Walk, rock side to side. Roll your head on up and we'll head into our supine core. So you're gonna flip on around. Place your toes and heels on the floor to start. Roll back and down. And let's take the hands and place them behind the head. Start by just pressing your low spine into the mat, bringing your ribcage a little closer together, and then in your own timing, give me a few lifts. So for the next crunch series, every time that we do a crunch or a sit-up, instead of lifting your nose towards your knees, seeing in between your leg, I want you to take your nose to the ceiling. Now we're not protruding the chin really dramatically, but I'm just thinking of lifting from my core and pressing my forehead towards that beautiful ceiling. That's it, y'all. Elbows are wide, head is heavy in your hands, core on fire. Let's go ahead and flex the feet. So we're getting a little bit of the weight out of those hips and pressing into the back part of the foot. Keep pressing, belly button in, scooping out all the time, lifting, lifting, lifting. And now, y'all, I want you to add a little spiral. So you're gonna lift left and down and left. Now, I am coming a little bit onto the diagonal here to really see the entire space. Again, I'm not focused on heaving my head up with my hands. Instead, I'm letting my core do all the work. I wouldn't even need my hands. They're just there to help support my neck so that I don't put any extra work in the front part of my body. Now, y'all, I want you to add a little leg lift to this. So as I come up, I do a little tap, bring it down, little tap, bring it down. Now, again, it doesn't really matter. In my body, my elbows don't touch my knee. I could make that happen by folding my elbow in, but I don't want that. Instead, I want you to stay long. It's all about where you're feeling it and how intense you can feel this work. We're gonna do triplets. What I mean by that is you're gonna give me 3 up, 1 down. Looks like this. 3, 2, 1, lower. 3, 2, 1. Think like a hip hop dancer. Freeze, 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 place it down. Freeze, freeze, that's it, y'all. So on each freeze, I'm squeezing my core to hold it. The leg is moving from my low core, my upper body is moving from my high core. Give me 2 more, just like that. Last one, and y'all, we're going into a standard bicycle. Press and press and press. So you're gonna feel a lot happening in your core because I've been really pressing you. You're gonna give me 16 more like this, reaching. I still want those elbows wide. Reach your legs as long as humanly possible. We've got 10, a 9, a 8, a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. Bend both knees, bring your head down, make a field goal with your arms, and we're into oblique rotation. I'm gonna start by bringing your legs over to the right, and back to the center, and then over to the left, and back to the center. And you can also place your hands on your hips. One hip will lift off, the other hip is gonna stay nice and square on the floor. I want you to feel your belly button pressing down. So every time I lift, my belly goes into the mat, and that's what generates that beautiful tug of my knees back to the ceiling. Maybe one more on each side, and then we're gonna vary it slightly. Last one, going about halfway down. Now come to the right and hold. Coming about halfway over, knees are in the same vertical line as the hips. You're gonna give me single leg extension, as if you were bicycling, but I would love if you moved from the knees down. I'm still squeezing that core. I feel my hips slightly support this. My chest is trying to stay towards the ceiling. For 4, for 3. Now extend both legs, give me the tiniest little up, little down. I want you to do this from your core. So the idea here is I'm pressing into my belly button. If this is too much, bend your legs and just lift them from a very tiny press, keeping everything nice and supported. Belly button's on fire. I imagine I'm wearing a seatbelt too tight in my waist. Give me 2 more, I feel you. 2, and 1. 4 counts to come center, nice and slow. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reset, take it left. Find the core, single leg extension, press, and press, and press. So I feel my belly button literally scooping, pressing down. Even though my right hip is lifted, it is attempting to get back to that mat. That constant pull back keeps the left side working. Last one, extend both legs, little up, little down, little up. I call these hiccups. Again, if you need, bend the knees for a little less work. So you're just pressing from the core. The impetus is in your belly button, pressing back. 4 more now. 4, I believe in you. 3, you're gonna make it. 2, and 1. Gently 4 count center. 4, 3, 2. Hands under those glutes. Lower your legs down and lift your legs up. That's it. Lower them on down and lift your legs up. You're gonna go as large as you feel safe. So you can take your feet nearly to the ground if that's available to your body, but work in your limitations. It's not about how low you go, it's about the quality with which you execute each and every rep. Give me about 2 more, y'all. Now y'all, hold it at the top, turn your legs out, and give me the tiniest little crisscross or beat. Now throughout this exercise, you can keep your head on the mat or you can lift your head up. The idea again is that your head is going towards the ceiling. We're gonna add a lower down on this. 4 counts to lower your legs looks like this. For 4, for 3, for 2, squeeze your core, lift it back up, 4, and 3, long body, reach through those feet, head up for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And now y'all, if you would like, you're gonna add the upper body. That looks like this. Everything lowers down, down, down. Everything rises up, 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 lift high again. Everything lowers down, down, down. And everything lifts up. I know you can give me 2 more. I believe in you. I ask a lot because I want you to gain a lot. We're almost there. And rise. And last one, this is it for that beautiful core. In 4, 3, 2, 1. And lift it. 4, and 3, and 2. And y'all bring those toes and heels down. Take a second. Breathe deep, and we finish with our floor glutes. You got this. Start by just curling your spine slightly under. So if you've ever heard the word imprint, that's what you're going to utilize. If that means nothing to you, don't worry about it. What I want you to do is squeeze your core, empty out all the air, and press your low spine into the mat. So again, thinking imprint or that low spine pressing into the mat. You're going to give me 2 more like that. Really squeeze, exhale out the air, pull your belly button in, let your abdominals curl, hold your next imprint. And y'all, we're going to place the feet together, knees together, and then if possible, you're going to turn out your knees. If this hurts your knees at any time, come back to parallel. If it hurts, don't do it. So in that frog-like position, connect your pinky toe and your heels to the floor. I'm flexing my feet, making a little first. And now gently find your imprint and lift the whole shape up high. Squeeze your glutes at the top and lower the whole shape down. That's it. Do it again slow. Lifting up, squeeze, tuck that tailbone under ever so slightly. Knees are trying to rotate the entire time. You're going to do it on a 2 count. You'll lift up for 2 and down. You're going to feel this throughout your leg girdle as well as in your core and your glutes. At the top, I want you to squeeze every muscle as if your body were a wet dish rag and you were trying to squeegee out all of that beautiful water. Give me 2 more like that. Lifting and lowering down. Lifting, hold this one at the top, and now very slightly give me the tiniest little press and press. Knees are open, glutes are on fire, you're flexing those feet, you're pressing your tailbone up. So as opposed to leading from my ribs, I'm pressing my tailbone up and I'm pulsing at the top. I really want to feel your glutes working like crazy. Give me 8 and 7 and 6. The more you squeeze, the more you get out of this. This is about internal tension. Hold at the top from here. Squeeze every muscle as intensely as you can. Empty out the air, press higher, press higher, press higher. Just cause as much tension as you can on all of the muscles and then gently lower down and release that out. Bring your knees together so my knees are glued together, as are my heels. We're going to repeat that sequencing now in parallel. If you already did parallel, you're going to do it again with me. Let's find that imprint and begin. Lift up for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and lower 4. Now I want to add something in this position. In the turned out position, we are trying to open the knees. I want you to squeeze the knees together vigorously. So press the knees together. Let's go on a 2 count. Really squeeze those thighs. In and up. I imagine my knees could actually cross one another as I squeeze at the top. My low core, again, on fire. I'm curling that tailbone under. Do me a favor. If you're feeling good, lift your toes and paws off the floor and keep your heels on the mat. So we're going to get even deeper into the back of those legs. I want them squeezing as much as possible. Last one, hold at the top. Now y'all, just squeeze your knees together. Squeeze in, squeeze in. Now, like we did on our downward facing glute work, I want you to imagine you're squeezing something in between your knees. Like you're trying to crack a peanut or break a chocolate egg. I'm not sure. Anything that inspires you to squeeze harder. Now, you're gonna hold the squeeze for 3, for 2, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze 1, back off slightly. Squeeze it 4, 3, 2, back off on 1, 2 more. Squeeze in and in and in, little off and in. Keep the squeeze and press, press, press. Lift those toes. Give me 16 tiny presses here. I'm squeezing my thighs together, driving as high as I can. Last 8, I believe in you. Give me 8, 7, 6. We're gonna finish with a static hold. What that means is lift and squeeze at the top. Just squeeze everything like a wet dish rag for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down and breathe. Y'all, final variation. Let's call them the crazy 8s. You're gonna step your heels right under your hips. You're gonna do each exercise 8 times. Follow me. Start by lifting your pelvis up again with that imprint. Core is tucked under. Place your hands on your hip bones. Let's start on the left side just to keep it interesting. Take that left leg, send it to the diagonal, and I want you to begin by working through the foot. What I mean by that is lift your toes, put them down, lift your heel. And more than your toes, I want you to lift the front of your foot and then the entire back of your foot. That's 2. Again, each thing we're gonna do 8 times. Keep it slow. See if you can lift, lower, down, lift, lower, down. In my perfect world, the pelvis wouldn't move at all. I'm still lifting from those glutes the entire time. My core is on fire. 2 more, squeeze your ribs together. Press those hips a little bit higher. Last one. Now y'all, we're gonna go to the heel version. So your toes are up. You're gonna lower your pelvis all the way down and all the way up. That's 1. Full single leg bridge, as even as you can. At the top, I want to feel a slight quiver in your right side as you drive your pelvis as high as humanly possible. Hip bones stay even. I imagine my left foot is held by someone's hand and that it cannot move. Last 2, here comes that last one, down. Hold at the top. Next exercise, lower your leg and lift it up. That's it, 8 times. Lower it down, hips stay even, core is in. Imagine something is under your body supporting you. To get a little more help, drive your elbows into the floor. For a more advanced version, take your hands right on off the mat. You're almost there. 2 more. Here comes your last one. Hold at the top. Your finale, I want pulses. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, I believe in you, 3, 2, hold for 4 counts like before, squeeze, squeeze, lift, 4, higher, 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 3, more, 2, and 1, lower your left leg, lower everything down, deep breath, in 4, in 3, second side, 2, find your imprint, and lift it right on up, finding that long body. You're going to take your right leg, send it on up, keep stable, let's work through those feet. Lift the toes, put it down, lift the heel. That's 1, y'all. Remember, 8 of everything, and then you're done. This is the last side of the final exercise, and then I'll give you a quick stretch and send you on the way to conquer your day. Give me 4 more. You're gonna make it. Now you may find like my left ankle is not as mobile as my right, so I can't lift my heel as high. That's okay. We're just engaging the muscles, doing our best today. Last set. And now y'all rock on that heel and hold. Full bridges. Take it down for 2 and up. Press so high that your leg quivers. I want to feel your glute almost make a fist, as well as your hamstring. They're working in harmony with your core. You're squeezing from your pelvic floor all the way through that beautiful rib cage. You're halfway done with this set. I believe in you. Just a little bit further. Commit to giving me your best on every rep. Last one. Hold at the top, and now we tap that heel down and lift it up. Now, your heel's only going to go as low as you can, keeping your hip bones high. So my heel doesn't quite touch the floor. Yours may, or yours may not even go quite that low. Again, it's not about range, it's about quality. It's how beautifully can you execute and hold the muscles in place. Keep lifted, keep breathing into that side. Last one, and y'all, our finale 8. Keeping it at the top, 8 little pulses. Give me 8, give me 7, give me 6, higher, 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 5, let it burn, y'all. 4 and 3, a 2 and 1, heel down, lower down. And y'all, you made it. Let's stretch it out. Fantastic work today. Start by crossing your right heel on your left knee and then pull that left knee in. You're gonna grab behind your left hamstring and let's just rock. Keep it mobile and loose. Now y'all, exhale, use your core and squeeze deeper into your glute. Option to flex your foot and press the left leg long. Squeezing back, let that glute stretch. And now gently bend that knee. And y'all place the left foot down. Let's stick with the right leg. Turn it parallel, grab behind the hamstring. Pull it as far as you can into your chest, flex your foot, and then press the ceiling away. You're gonna feel your knee stretch at the top. It's again, almost like a quiver or a slight pull in the back of the knee. Now be very gentle as you do this one. If you need to back off, extending your arms, feel free, or do this without arms altogether. That's totally fine as well. Conversely, to increase that flexibility, give yourself more of a pull. Give me 1 more, and the next time your leg is stretched, hold at the top. And let's go ahead and walk the hands down as far as you're able. It might be a little, it might be a lot. And then you're gonna pull that leg back gently, flex the foot, inhale, exhale, curl the head to meet that beautiful shin bone, and then release. Second side, place your left foot on your right knee, drive your right knee in, and then grab behind, squeeze behind that right hammy, and just let yourself rock. Gentle, 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 turning out the left leg. And now y'all, exhale, use your core and your arm strength to pull in your right side more. And you have the option to flex the foot and send the leg long overhead, stretching and pressing more into that side. Beautiful work. Go ahead and bend that knee, lower the right leg. Let's stick with the left. Grab behind 4 times. But instead it's about how much length you can generate on every single press. So as opposed to trying to get my shin way back and not getting my knee straight, I'm pressing right overhead, feeling the length from my hip all the way to the bottom of my heel. Hold this last one at the top. Let's go ahead and walk the hands down as much as is comfortable. Pull that leg back generously. Again, I don't want you to displace the hip to get it there. I want you to keep your hips square and focus just on stretching the leg. Flex the foot. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your head up towards your shin bone, deepening the stretch. And then gently let that go. And y'all, let's head into an advanced quad psoas. You're gonna take your hands behind your knee, rock and roll right up. I want you to use the room around you as reference. So for me, this is front. I'm gonna take my right knee, place it right to the side of my right hip, then bring your right heel in as close as you can to your glute. Now, move your pelvis towards that, your personal front, such that your right knee is on the back diagonal. So my quad and my knee are on the right diagonal if this is my front. Left knee is going to be in front of my hip. And I want you to take a small angle with your left arm and reach your right arm over. Now I'm already feeling the stretch in my psoas and quad. If you are too, stay there. Now if you need a little more, you're going to walk your hand out and then gently come down to the elbows. This is going to create a bigger arc. So I'm trying to keep my chest still facing my personal front. My right knee is on my diagonal. Option to make it harder, flex those feet and gently press your pelvis high. The wall is in my way, but you're going to make a giant arc, reaching your right arm out and over, opening that beautiful psoas. And lift a little higher, and then bring it on down. And let's find your second side. Swing that right leg forward. Again, the left knee is going to go right to the side. So you're right at a right angle. And then bringing your left heel closer, your glute, move your pelvis in front so that your left knee is on the back diagonal. Right knee is pointing to your personal front. Find that small shape first, and then reach on over. Now you're going to find one side may be more flexible or more willing to stretch than the other. That's normal. Listen to your body. Only go as far as it feels safe. If you need more, come on down to that arm, making the giant arc, reaching your hand away from that left knee. And if able, flex those feet, press into that elbow, and lift your body high, opening the pelvis, reaching more, stretch, 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 left knee up and over, and gently bring that on down. Now let's make our way to the final stretch. Bring the knees around, let your hands find the mat, step into downward facing dog, pedaling out those heels. And you'll bend both knees, walk your hands back to your feet. And once you're there, stay in your forward fold with bent knees. Shake your head no, and shake your head yes. Today, let's take the hands behind the head. You're going to cross them onto the elbows. Gently sway side to side. I want you to keep this little sway and take 16 slow counts to roll up. Nice and easy, core engaged. Core is the only thing working. Here we go, 16 counts up. 4, 16, 15. Nothing big happening. You're just rolling up, swing side to side. Let your elbows help your neck stretch on the spinal. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And once you arrive, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Feel your core, feel your length, feel your legs. And y'all, thank you so much for your practice and work today. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit that like button below, and maybe leave a kind comment. Your support helps me keep my channel growing and means the world to me. Thank you for your time. I'll continue to grow and try to help bring you guys content. Have a wonderful day. Go forward with confidence and feel that core every time you stand and sit. Stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.